Dear friends, considering how many of our brothers on YouTube have already made videos comparing Pakistan's JF-17 Thunder and India's Rafale fighter jets, I really didn't feel the need to make a video myself. But sometimes certain things happen that leave a person with no choice and you end up having to break your promise. Similarly, just as the whole world is giving its opinion on the JF-17 Thunder and Rafale, the BBC has also compared these two aircraft and, dear friends, the question arises. What is the BBC's opinion about the Pakistani JF-17 Thunder and the Indian Rafale aircraft? So, esteemed viewers, ever since the arrival of the Rafale fighter jet in India, comparisons between Pakistan's JF-17 Thunder and the Rafale aircraft are not only being presented by various channels, but defense experts are also actively debating both of these aircraft. Even the Eurasian Times has conducted an analysis comparing the Rafale fighter jet with the JF-17 Thunder aircraft. Now BBC has also released its own analysis on these two aircraft. BBC has attempted to compare the capabilities of these two fighter jets and, without reaching a conclusion, shared its views regarding the aircraft of the Indian and Pakistani Air Forces. Dear friends, you will find the link to this BBC report in the description. Last month, the Indian Air Force made agreements under which India is to purchase 36 Rafale fighter jets from France. According to the BBC, last year India claimed to have carried out a surgical strike in Balakot, when some of their aircraft dropped bombs in Pakistan's Balakot and claimed that they had destroyed terrorist hideouts. However, Pakistan rejected this claim by India, stating that the Indian aircraft had only bombed a few trees and then returned. But in response, the very next day, Pakistan came dangerously close to attacking Indian military installations. However, Pakistan dropped bombs away from the Indian military bases, avoiding provocation. In response, Indian Air Force pilots took off in their aircraft to confront the Pakistani fighter jets. In this situation, Pakistan shot down 2 Indian aircraft and also captured 1 pilot. After this incident, statements were made by the Prime Minister of India and the former army chief that if India had Rafale jets, the outcome of the Balakot incident with Pakistan would have been very different. Dear friends, it should be made clear here that all these words are from BBC News. If you have any doubts about this, you can click the link in the description to view this report. Respected viewers, according to the BBC, if we look at the capabilities of these aircraft, the BBC's analysis says that the Indian Rafale can be called a modern aircraft due to its stealth coating. According to this, the operational range of the Rafale fighter jet is 65 to 70%, making it the most capable aircraft ever included in the Indian Air Force. Cotton. The BBC further states that this French-made aircraft is a double-engine delta wing and can be equipped with a wide range of weaponry. The purpose of designing this aircraft was to achieve air superiority, (OSAI), strike ground targets more effectively, (HOSI), and carry out all kinds of missions, so that this aircraft can also be equipped with nuclear weapons. However, according to the BBC, all these features will not provide much advantage to the Indian Air Force because these aircraft are not being manufactured in India. Rather, India is acquiring them from other countries, and these aircraft are being inducted into the Indian Air Force in large numbers. The BBC further stated that in order to keep these aircraft operational, the Indian Air Force will have to rely on France in the future. On the other hand, considering the capabilities of Pakistan's JF-17 Thunder, the BBC mentioned that with the help of China, Pakistan has manufactured this aircraft domestically. Friends, the BBC further stated that in the JF-17 Thunder Block 3, technology from the most advanced fighter jet to date, the J-20, developed by China and Pakistan, is being used, which will make this aircraft even more formidable. Along with this, it has also been stated that this aircraft is being built equipped with technology developed locally. If we consider the capabilities of the J-20 in the JF-17 Thunder, and if the missiles used in the J-20 are installed in the Block 3 of the JF-17 Thunder, then it is obvious that this will prove to be a devastating aircraft. According to this report by the BBC, in the JF-17 Thunder Block 3, with the help of a new cockpit and holographic angle, the pilot will now be able to demonstrate his combat capabilities in a much better way. The most common point made in this report is that Pakistan itself manufactures the JF-17 Thunder, so the necessary facilities already exist. Therefore, Pakistan will not need to rely on any other country for the upgrade of this aircraft. Whereas, in contrast, India will need France's cooperation for all such activities. Dear friends, the report further states that the main reason India is reluctant to acknowledge the superiority of the JF-17 Thunder Block 3 is because it is manufactured in Pakistan. India is simply not willing to accept, first and foremost, that this fighter jet has been produced in Pakistan itself. In fact, the Indian media reports that Pakistan is only installing a few components of its own in this fighter jet, while all the remaining material is being supplied by China. Another major reason for this is that India's defense industry has failed to provide its Air Force with a quality aircraft, and the Indian Air Force has to procure aircraft from other countries to meet its needs. So why would India ever acknowledge the superiority of this aircraft? According to the BBC, every aircraft is designed to fulfill specific objectives. So comparing these aircraft in terms of speed, size, or any other aspect is simply not appropriate. All aircraft are not only built according to the needs of their respective air forces, but air forces also purchase them from other countries based on their specific requirements. Therefore, comparing the two aircraft in any way is not appropriate. However, there is no doubt that the Indian Air Force currently places a great deal of trust in the Rafale fighter jet, while on the other hand, the JF-17 Thunder aircraft in the Pakistan Air Force are also ready to target any jet of the Indian Air Force. Dear friends, at the end of the report, it was stated that the Indian Air Force already possesses very good aircraft, but Pakistan's JF-17 Thunder had shot down those aircraft. Therefore, to say that the Rafale will give the Indian Air Force an advantage. If we look at this in comparison with the JF-17 Thunder, then the Indian Air Force may not achieve the results it expects. Friends, as always, we hope that you really enjoyed today's video. If you liked the video, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And be sure to let us know your valuable suggestions in the comment section. We'll meet again in a new video. Until then, may Allah be your protector.